I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
Titans, go!
What's up, y'all? We're back. It's episode 20 of season 2 of the Mad Titan Podcast. I'm President Super Jay Washington.
And your boy, beat it to C.
Y'all hear his voice. It sounds different because he's been out in these streets recently. And man, look, last week was crazy with the Super Bowl, everything going on. So that's why we weren't here last week, just so you all understand and know. I don't want anybody being like, yo, y'all just forgot about everybody. Nah, we didn't do that. It's just we got busy. And then yes, I know we tried. And I know
we tried hard.
And I know y'all wanted to talk. Y'all want us to talk the trailers. We'll talk about them in a second. We'll talk about a few other things. What we're mainly going to talk about. So if you haven't seen it, I'd advise you to come back to the episode. So I'm talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So let's get that out the way. Let's kick it off.
I'm excited because I have not watched your review. I didn't want to see your thoughts. I remember you told me. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So
yeah, remember you told me, you was like, you know what? And I actually, real quick, when we bring that up, I appreciate so many fucking people who have told me that they love hearing my review, or they'll wait until after they see it to watch my review because they want to know what I thought about it as well. Or sometimes they'll watch it in advance. And again, I tell everyone, and I mean this sincerely, y'all ain't got to fuck with me, and you choose to. And it means a lot. It really does. Also, if it sounds like I'm ripping it, I'm all out of it right quick. I literally just got back in from the gym. I've been going 6 days a week, going a little bit harder, trying to just get myself looking amazing. But anyway, what's been going on with you, bro?
Jay.
Huh?
Ask me what I've been up to. Go ahead.
PC, what you been up to?
Not chilling. I've been busy, bruh. I went to New Orleans. It was a mess of a couple of weeks. I went to the XFL yesterday.
You don't even know what that is. That is hilarious.
No, man, I had a blast. Went out to New Orleans for my buddy Zach's birthday, and that was a freaking party. I had so much fun out there. I'm definitely going to say it is weird going to New Orleans sober, because I remember the food on Bourbon Street being so good. When you're sober, that shit's not so good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of fun. I lost a lot of money at the casino, but New Orleans was fun. And then going to the XFL yesterday, it was a fun game. The Rock was awesome being there. Unfortunately, we lost, but I had a great time watching some pretty shitty football.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so what's the big deal with this time? Is it just another league?
It's just, yeah, well, so The Rock has them working with the NFL this time. So they're going to kind of be a feeder system into the NFL.
Okay, so that's cool.
The people that don't make the NFL league, they get to go to the XFL and continue to train and get better and better. Maybe one day they do transfer up to the NFL.
Okay.
But it's going to be fun. It's football. It's sports when there are no sports.
Yeah, I mean, I remember after the Super Bowl, there was the commercial for the USFL and everything. So it's like, I mean, as weird as it sounds, the thing is we're trying to become this, we're becoming a society, especially here in America, where sports are all year round. There's no real, like, there naturally isn't a lapse in sports anyway, right? Yeah. Anytime there's always overlap, but there isn't really any lapse. But spring training doesn't really count for most people when it comes to baseball. We're on the back half of the NBA season. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't think the NHL is going on right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, NHL is going now.
Okay, so it's going, everything is still early. So it's like, and plus it's that summertime. Yeah. We're coming in summertime thing where all those championships will be played out, supposedly. I don't believe that America's pastime is still baseball, as much as they want to enable it, because people watch the World Series, people watch the games, and there's this whole
People
go to the
watch
ball.
the World Series.
People watch the World Series, but when it comes to the Super Bowl and football in general, and the NBA has its moments when it starts developing these newer stars, but nonetheless, well, that's a whole nother story, man. So that's it for you on what all's been going on.
Watched Elimination Chamber last night.
I did too. I went to a Mardi Gras event, and we were watching it over there, and it was cool. Watching with a bunch of wrestling fans, a couple of former wrestlers.
It was Sammy and Roman was a hell of a match. That crowd was hot.
I'm telling you something right now. I was telling everybody, Roman wasn't used to that.
Mm-mm.
Even when he got booed that year at the Royal Rumble, that was nothing. And I guarantee you, Heyman told him, you want this role, you better be ready for what's about to happen when you walk out this curtain. You better be ready.
But I think that's what Roman wanted. He wanted them.
I know he wanted it. I don't think he knew he was going to get it on the level he was going to get. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a difference of, I'm the heel. I need you to hate me. I don't think he knew to the level that they didn't have to do shit for 6 minutes.
No, that was almost John Cena, Rob Van Dam,
ECW one night stand level. Yes. Yeah. He didn't have to do, and Roman was like, okay, and Heyman is just, and Sammy, what took Sammy so long to come out, because he was in the back crying.
Really?
You saw it on his face when he came out.
I didn't notice that.
So I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit for people.
Yeah.
There's a thing called gorilla position, which is right before you go out through the curtain, right? What you normally do not see gorillas. Sometimes they'll show you behind the scenes. We've seen it a few times with some of the wrestlers and things like that. We've seen when Bianca first won the Royal Rumble and the title. Well, when she won the Royal Rumble, who was the first person when she came back through the curtain? Montez Ford, her husband. I can almost guarantee you, Kevin Owens was right there.
Yeah.
Was right there. And that's why that music played and it erupted. And he had that real, it was like, okay, yeah, I had this the night before, but now it's even realer because now this is the match. You know what I'm saying?
The main event.
The main event for the title.
And almost like a peak point in one of the greatest storylines wrestling has ever told.
And not one of, it is the greatest.
Yeah.
It is. I don't think anyone, honestly, and this is throughout any modern generation where we've done storylines, can think of one that has been better than this. My only
thing is to say that I don't think there's anyone's better is because it hasn't finished. Because sometimes, like the Nexus was insane.
Yeah.
But then terrible finish.
Yeah. Okay.
NWO, terrible finish.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I want to see how they eventually wrap this up.
I mean, we know how it wraps up. Because again, what you were supposed to see, because again, they're telling story, and I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, by the way. Let me apologize. They're telling story, they're doing storytelling on a grand level. Because Jay finally about to stand up to Roman, and then Sammy accidentally spears him.
Didn't see it coming. No. That was
they made you think that even though we all knew, we like, yo, Roman's going into WrestleMania, right? And there were points in this match you were like, did they make a last minute call to just say do it?
There were a few that I was like, oh, I was sitting on the edge of my seat, like legit. Like I looked at my niece and I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna do. She's like, well, what's gonna happen? I don't know. I have no idea.
Roman Reigns is the king of the 2.99 kick out because that man is the king of that. I have never seen anybody else. The closest may have been Orton or Triple H, but my God, he knows how to get y'all going. Like you like 1, 2, nigga, you finna move, and at the very last second pop up.
I gotta ask, did you watch Edge? And
I was gonna bring up that spot where the ref blew it, because this is how you know Vince ain't in the back anymore.
Yeah.
But again, Vince was in the back, dude have been fired.
Yep.
because Vince's rule of thumb is, which is a smart rule of thumb, if they do not kick out or the spot is not broken, you count it.
Yeah.
And the only thing that made it worse was the camera.
Mm-hmm. Terrible camera.
They had the wrong camera at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But
that match on a whole was bad. There were so many botches.
There were so many. Many. It was just not a solid.
Everything else was fine. It was a good pay-per-view. That one was just rough.
Right, very rough, dude. But so that's your week in a sense with Elimination Chamber. So mine, of course, Super Bowl, trying to stay on stages, trying not to go batshit crazy because I'm not on stage of night. For those who don't know, I try to stay on stage or out my house because, yes, I can be alone with myself, but I also get tired. That's the thing. People be like, oh, I'm cool being alone myself, but you get tired of it sometimes. And so I've gotten so used to doing other things, et cetera, et cetera. But nonetheless, last Friday, I'm at the Laugh Factory, hanging out, talking, saying there's a new book coming in, trying to meet everybody, blah, blah, blah. I get a random ass DM. Now, for those who listen to this show, one of the main things I tell you on the show is if I say something to get you in your feelings, I do not give a fuck. Okay? I make sure I say it and I mean it because it is my opinion. I don't give a fuck. So I get a DM from some random chick named Lady Krampus. Now, I've had an occasional random ass conversations with her. Now, when I say random, I give a one-word response, 1-line, 2-line response, and that's it. Randomly, she says, rather than tag you in a post, I thought to message you. You might as well block me. How dare you imply that my choice not to have children means that I won't go nuclear for my nieces and nephews, or the fact that you are, in fact, the literal cliche of a struggling actor. Of course, your problems are entirely unique to you and to no one else. No one in the history of Hollywood has ever had your problems. And you can keep the money I sent you during Blurs. You can't afford to refund me, and we both know it. First of all, you've never given us shit. I don't know who the fuck you are. Secondly, yes, I'm going to tell people as a father. Yeah, yes, you might do what you do for your nieces and nephews. But let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels. My aunts, I have an aunt who does not have kids, who did not want to have kids, who told us as we're adults, y'all are my kids. But then also said, but I'm not y'all mama. And I'm not your daddy's at the end of the day. So when I said what I said last week, I meant what the fuck I said. So then this bitch goes ahead and blocks me before I can respond. So I was like, who the fuck are you? So then I look, this motherfucker back in June sent me the longest, dumbest ass text randomly. Was like, it's June 10th. It's April. It's been April plus 2 months since my cousin acted like a Karen. I don't give a shit anymore. If you want to talk about old Hollywood and what happened to Oscar, I'm a Hathaway. Here's a digital version of the film reels Grampy Garbage literally stole from Walt, and goes on and on and on and types this whole shit at 3:13 in the fucking morning. Then follows up with another message. Sorry, I shouldn't be DMing you this crap. I don't even fucking know you, you fucking weirdo.
I don't get what did you say?
When I said you take care of your nieces and me having to deal things with my kids,
yeah,
right? Also, let me let you know, the phrase struggling actor does not mean I'm broke. It means I'm hustling and grinding for me.
Yeah.
So, but when you say the money I gave you, bitch, I don't know you. I know damn near every single person who's donated on Blurred. You know why? Because I watched it all. I looked at it all. It came to my things. So if you don't calm the fuck down, so again, you blocked me. I don't give a shit, but which means you're more than likely waiting to hear what I got to say. So here's what I'm telling you when you hear it, or whoever you have tell you this. I give zero fucks about your feelings, how you felt, how you got mad. You can cry, you can do whatever. But the fact you decided to DM me when I realized you are bat fucking shit crazy says a lot. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Anyway, I've been waiting a week or so to get this off my motherfucking chest. Yeah, but been waiting to get that off my chest. But other than that, man, it's been a lot of work, a lot of things coming up. Some major opportunities have come my way, and so it's a matter of crossing the finish line on those. I'll speak more on those when I'm allowed to. Let's just say that. And that's ways down the road. I've been, just trying to keep busting my ass nonstop. I've been in the gym more. I decided to take a few more extra supplements. Now, here's the thing. I'm taking a little prime testosterone booster.
Okay.
Because reason being, I'm over 40.
Mhm.
Right? I'm on the other side of
Are you
40.
really?
Yes. Thank you. See? Boom. Black don't crack. For those who don't know, I'm on the other side of 40. But because of that, it's just genetic, men start to lose their testosterone. So to be able to keep that up and make sure I start getting results when I work out and to stay away from the gas, because I'm not finna do that. You know, I know a lot of people that get older, they're just like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And of course, it's okay. You know, here's the thing, I have nothing wrong with it, especially
you're
if you're
not an athlete.
You're not competing in a sport that tests for it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's fine. Do what you do. I don't care. I feel like, again, when it came to baseball, y'all should let all them niggas do steroids.
Hell yeah.
The shit was way more fun when we saw Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds out here clearing shit.
Facts.
Clearing shit. But so doing all that, man, just trying to get better, and just because I tell everybody, the gym is therapeutic for me, but it's also supplemental therapy for me because I have a therapist. You know, and as a Black, you know, when a lot of people understand how we've talked about it openly, mental health things, et cetera, et cetera. So just want to put that out there. But that's enough about the two of us on a personal level. For those who are new to the show, and if you have listened before and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out what the fuck just happened,
tell them.
What we do here is get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universe. It is barbershop talk for nerds, which means we're going to keep shit real in 100. And like I stated earlier, you can rewind the episode. If you get in your feelings, I give 0 fucks. Because if you think you're going to, because if you think for it, like, unless I know you personally, like, unless I've like actually talked to you and it's, well, how can you be a sister? No. Because you're not going to, because I'm not going to change who I am for you. You know, I'm a good nigga. I'm a good dude. All right. But we're gonna kick it off while BC chokes to death. Oh shit, I just seen your shirt. Where'd you get that from?
I made it. It's on my website.
That's dope, bro. BC has a Quantumania shirt in the font of Hulkamania. And it's funny I see it because that's what we're about to talk about. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. I didn't notice the shirt until this exact fucking moment. I promise you. I promise you I didn't.
I know. I love it so much. I'm so excited.
That's a good thing, bro. I highly encourage y'all when he'll tell y'all where y'all can find it at the end of the show. My overall thoughts on the movie. I like the movie. The movie did what it was supposed to do. The movie, the only thing it didn't do was kill somebody. Then again, y'all know we talking spoilers. The only thing it didn't do that I wanted it to do, but I'm not mad it didn't do, because you know what? It's not my story to tell.
We should have thought about that. I didn't, watching the movie, I was like, oh, it makes sense that they didn't kill anybody.
So, but I like, you know why? Because we've been talking about the quantum realm since the first Ant-Man movie, right? Mm-hmm. Then we get there. I like how the fact this movie said, fuck it, let's go right now. Let's go. I will say the same thing, bro, that I said in my fucking review on my YouTube channel for those who follow me. This is the best Star Wars movie that Marvel has ever made.
Okay.
Am I fucking wrong?
No.
Am I fucking wrong?
I got strong Star Wars vibes from this as well.
This movie served its purpose, and it was to introduce Kang the Conqueror. Now, I don't know. Peyton Reed told me he wanted to be like an Avengers level threat, which it is, but you're not getting the Avengers.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want Kang to die, and as I said, because I remember when we talked about it when you were guesting on the thing, was like, yo, I don't know if they're gonna kill him off, because how are they gonna go forward? And then you realize as he's talking through the movie, you can kill him.
Because he ain't the Kang. He's just like a Kang.
He's just a Kang. He tells you, they exiled me. And also everybody's like, oh, but I thought he was the worst one. No, he told you he was the unreliable narrator of that story. Because the worst one you see in the post-credit scene. The worst one looks like David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China. The worst one is known as Immortus.
I will say, was not a fan of the post-credit scenes.
Why not?
They just felt cheap. They didn't feel like they put a lot of effort into the design and the CGI. Like when you see the Army of Kangs chant, I'm like, it just doesn't look
You just
up
need
to par.
you just didn't need to see. Look, bro, you're trying to see every single Kane look every single day.
No,
There's
I don't care
certain
about that. I don't know. It felt like a CW scene rather than a Marvel. It feels like it was an afterthought. They're like, oh shit, we got to do this. Let's just do it. I don't know. Maybe and it's nothing to do with him because Jonathan Majors all the way through is the MVP. All
yes,
right. Runner up, Michelle Pfeiffer. But
yes.
this was, and I'm telling people, it's a Marvel movie. That's what it is. If you're expecting anything else, you're going to be disappointed. This is a Marvel movie through and through, and it does its job of giving us Kang.
Also, people are acting as look. I keep hearing this whole, well, we can't settle for mediocrity with Marvel. Blah blah blah. Marvel is telling a story. Their Ant-Man movies in themselves have always just been placeholder. They've been placeholders, plot movers. That's it.
Yeah.
Small plot movers at that. Its job was to introduce the Conqueror. That's what his job was. And so to look, there were some scenes cut, and you can tell there were some scenes cut, right? You can tell there were some scenes cut. But that happens with any film. Also, why are we complaining? Because I saw, well, and I say we, just a collective general. I know some people that were complaining because they were like, the movie was too short. Can I ask this question? Can y'all make up your fucking mind what you want?
Facts. Yeah, facts.
Can you make up your mind what you want? And I say this, and look, I know there are people listening going, but Jay, if it builds the plot and the story, blah, 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 I hear you, right? I hear you. But so many people keep being like, why can't we just have 2-hour movies? Why can't we have hour and a half movies? Why do they all got to be damn near 3 hours? Peyton Reed gave you a 2-hour movie.
It was good.
It's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
It moved in what it needed to do. It needed to introduce Cassie Lang's stature, right? I heard somebody say, I wish we'd have saw her training. Why? Because you already saw it with Scott.
Yeah, I don't need to see her training do the same scenes we saw with Scott. Just
exactly.
Like yeah.
Exactly.
I will say they leaned into something that I really liked, but they didn't go all the way in.
Which
and I wish they would have gone. Cassie's trauma. They lean into it with her and Yellow Jacket, where he's like, are you okay? And she's like, a guy dressed as a bee tried to kill me when I was 6 in my bedroom. I've never been okay. And I was like,
but isn't that how you address it? But isn't that how you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, they're going to lean into this trauma because I know he's in this. And every time he shot, when she goes, is that the bee guy? You see it on her face. She is traumatized. Mm-hmm. But then they just throw it away when he shows up at the end. And she's like, I got this, and goes after him. I think they should have cut out Bill Murray. He didn't need to be there. That was pointless. We should have leaned more into Cassie's trauma and really looked at how that messed her up and had something where MODOK was like chasing her to where she gets into like a dead end somewhere and has to go, all right, I'm going to stand up for myself. And then she goes to fight with MODOK, Mm-hmm. I wish they would have really leaned into it, but I'm glad they touched on it. It's a good look, but they had a story there they could have gone with.
But see, I agree with you first and foremost. Let me make sure I clarify. I agree with you. It is definitely a story, but I think when you start bringing things up like that, right, and you want that story told, you start adding, again, another 20, 30 minutes throughout the movie.
But if you
or maybe 10
shit, you don't need, like Bill Murray. I'm sorry, you didn't need him.
I will agree. Bill Murray's character was only meant to be the dude who sells her out.
Yeah.
And there could have been anybody.
Couldn't even have it. She could have just immediately ran into them on her own. But,
Right. I get this was the thing to have Bill Murray. Also, one thing I agree with a lot of people. We already know who he is, right? We know him. We know who the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Give us
the pronoun.
It kept every time it just kept right. It just kept going. Him. He's doing this. We know who you're talking about. Just show him.
And this is a movie trope altogether that I want to get rid of. I can't tell you. You just have to trust me. Walk with me. Why aren't you walking and talking? You can tell them while you're everything you say later on when you get in an argument, you could have already told them. There's no reason to have to wait. And it's not a trope that Marvel does. It is a trope that
it's a
Hollywood
does. It's a film trope. It's
yes.
a film trope. So one of the biggest things too has been like the Rotten Tomatoes score. Okay.
Yeah.
The critic score is at like 40-something%. So then people are like, oh, it's one of the lowest rated movies. But here's something I've always said about Rotten Tomato scores. Please listen to me when I tell y'all this. Please do. Look at the number of critics. Excuse me. 226 Rotten Tomato approved critics made this rating, right?
Yeah.
There are well more than 226 Rotten Tomatoes approved critics in this country that have seen this film. But the audience score, however, puts it like in the 80s or something like that. I'm gonna look at it as of right now because everyone's like, oh, well, it's a terrible movie. No. I think now I am really, you know how we talk about tropes? Yeah. I think a trope has become now for motherfuckers to say Marvel has bad shit just in general.
Oh, yeah, that's starting to become the cool thing to say. And like the internet has decided a movie is either terrible or the best thing ever.
Yes.
You can't be middle of the road. You can't be, you're either trash or the best movie and everyone has to love it.
As of right now, as we're recording this, it's 48% on Rotten Tomatoes with 298 reviews. But the audience score is at 84% with over 2,500 reviews.
See, yeah.
Now, I know, again, I brought up earlier, a lot of people listen to me and take my thoughts and listen to how I give opinions on different things and go into something. And I appreciate that. But I do know, and I always say this in every video I do, wherever I'm at, it's my opinion. At the end of the day, formulate your own, right? Some critics, film critics, journalists, pundits, whatever you want to call them, try to make it seem like their opinion is law. It is concrete. It is exactly what it is. And that is not true. Again, I've also stated, does Marvel have misses? Yes. Thor: Love and Thunder is a miss.
They honestly have more misses than they have hits. Think about it. Phase 1. Everyone loves Iron Man, loves the Avengers. All the other movies in Phase 1, most people are not fans of.
People do not like the first Avenger. Captain America, the first Avenger.
No, people don't like the first Thor. People don't like
the second Thor.
People hate the second. That's Phase 2. Thor 2, Iron Man 3,
right.
Age of Ultron.
It only was, and for people who say something about Age of Ultron now, I need you to not do this one thing. Everybody was like, well, with WandaVision, yeah, because I was the same way. In hindsight, thanks to WandaVision, Age of Ultron seems better now.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
people are revisionists. They're because I remember I liked Age of Ultron because I loved the dynamic of Hulk and Black Widow that no one loved. And now all of a sudden there's revisionist history and people are going, oh no, Age of Ultron was good. I'm like, y'all hated that when it came out.
Y'all hated it.
Yeah.
But again, opinion based.
Yes.
Like I said, I saw people complaining about MODOK in this movie. Bro, I love MODOK.
So fun.
Also, listen.
Harloff said this. He said, if you liked MODOK in this movie, you probably liked the movie.
Yes.
And I'm wondering how and you see that you saying that now. Okay, cool. He liked MODOK. I liked MODOK. We both liked the movie. Now, I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever, but it's another Ant-Man movie. It's
Thank
mid-tier.
you.
It's fun.
That's bro. At the end of the day, that is the main thing I've been telling people. It is an Ant-Man movie. First of all, in our lifetime, we have had 3 Ant-Man movies. I don't think y'all understand how obscure as fuck that sounds.
It's
That we've
insane.
had 3 Ant-Man movies. MODOK is a weird-ass character. Here's why MODOK worked. They realized MODOK would only work in the quantum realm. Because if MODOK was in the real world, look,
stupid.
Let me tell you something, and this is gonna go to one of my faithful listeners, member of my civilian squad, member my 101 squad, Jolene. I know she always says it's comic books, it's all dumb. I understand that. I agree. But Marvel has done this small thing of trying to somewhat ground it into reality, right? Somewhat grounded into reality. With that being said, MODOK would be shot out the motherfucking air immediately.
Oh, yeah.
MODOK might take a jet or 2 down. Let me say this. Might take a plane or 2 down. But MODOK would be blown out the air. The quantum realm opened up a world of possibilities for it. Bringing Corey Stoll back as Darren Cross was an amazing idea because to show him with the tiny body and the little ass, I was like, yo. But here's another thing, and I don't know if I said it on my review or not, but if I didn't, I'm going to say it here. Do you know who wrote Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania?
No.
The same guy who was writing Avengers Kang Dynasty. It is Jeff Loveness. Okay? Do you know where Jeff Loveness comes from? Where his credibility comes from? He is a writer of Rick and Morty.
Oh, shit. That tracks.
A lot of it tracks in what you
That
saw.
tracks.
If you do. So here's the thing. I'm not a diehard fan of Rick and Morty. I'm not anti-Rick and Morty. I'll just watch it. I know a lot of people think it's just sophomoric, it's goofy, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you just want dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
It's about a weird-ass scientist who takes his grandson on adventures in other fucking dimensions.
Yeah.
And he has a god complex. Okay? It's going to be stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes and gags are Rick and Morty-esque.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Like I'll say, I think this really missed some of the heart of the other Ant-Man movies. Like I think we really would have been better if we had T.I. and David Dastmalchian.
But you did have.
I know. The Jello dude, when they go to war and he's running just
when this motherfucker said, I have holes. They shot him up and we all thought he was done. He was like, I have holes. And it was the happiest moment of his life.
I love that so much.
There are things, again, I see the heart part because there's heart. So when the first Ant-Man movie, the heart is Scott wanted to be back with Cassie, right? Scott wanted to be with his daughter. The same heart is Scott wanted to be with his daughter, right? And you got Ghost, who's just like, yo, I got fucked up and it wasn't my fault.
Yes.
Okay. This one still is Scott trying to catch up with his daughter. The heart is there, but also I don't know.
I feel like this wasn't so much like it is an Ant-Man movie, but it wasn't his movie. This was Kang's movie to introduce you to what is about to start to conspire.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I think, again, everybody's going to have their own opinions at the end of the day. I go back to what you just stated earlier. For some reason, it is one extreme or the other with this movie. With a lot of these movies now, they either have to be really great or not good at all. Like, I'm tired of seeing people going, man, there was too many jokes, too many. It's a fucking comic book movie. Also, do not take this negative when I say this, y'all. Please don't. It's not DC. No. DC has a more serious tone than Marvel. Right?
Yeah.
Their movies, yes, DC will crack a few jokes here and there, absolutely. But its tone overall is more serious and more grounded than Marvel because of the level of characters that they have. So if an Ant-Man movie with a whole random ass civilization in a micro universe, I mean, again, it just is how you feel. I say again a lot. I realize that.
We all have those tick words.
It's gonna be how you feel.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been, commenting on the review, and I appreciate it. A lot of people, like I said, everybody has their thoughts. I don't think anybody is wrong per se, or even right per se.
Yeah.
I feel like if you understand what the movie's purpose is, the movie's purpose is to introduce we finally got it, because we've talked about a quantum realm for two movies. Now we need to see it, right? 3 movies actually.
I will say, like, some story things that I thought were stupid, like Giant Man. You're still not giant. You're just bigger than everybody else there. Because you're in a micro.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't.
Well, I
don't
know, but that was my. I was like, you're not
God.
being giant.
So
this, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, that's relative.
I know, but
giant is relative.
Tiny.
I hate you so much.
And also, we go into that cliche Marvel third act of red lasers shooting blue lasers, which is, it's a Marvel movie. We're going to do that. But I kind of wish they would have had the balls to leave Scott and Hope in the quantum realm.
I will tell you something, and I will tell you all this on the podcast. I just talked to a homie of mine who works at Marvel Studios a day or two ago. They were supposed to.
Oh, God.
That was the original ending.
Would have been such a better finish.
But the original ending would have lent itself to saying, well, we got to go get them.
I mean, yeah, but we don't have to tell that story.
I don't think that you do, because you can't just leave them. You can't leave a fucking Avenger in the technically 2 Avengers in the quantum.
But it's like, oh, well, we're just gonna, man, we were fighting so hard. Let's just go back and get him. No problem. That's what bothered me about it.
But it's the whole, you can make it where it's not as easy now to do it because of the threat of understanding Kang is there. Remember, they were never supposed to go in the first place. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
It was them getting pulled in. They were not supposed to go in. So it was just supposed to be a signal readout to try to find them.
Yeah.
So you got those different things. And
true.
yes, we got the quantum tunnel that was made in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it brings you to this one part in Ant-Man Quantumania when when he's walking around the first time and he's like, yo, I didn't know all of this was there. I've studied the quantum realm for years. And what did Janet tell him? You never went far enough.
Yeah.
You never went far enough. So
God, Janet was so badass.
Yes, I'm glad they gave her those badass moments. So, in the comments and everything, let us know what you think about it. Let's move on to one other thing. We got another Guardians trailer, right? I am ready. Look, some people don't want to agree with the fact. I did a review of the trailer. I did a trailer reaction and I never uploaded it. I just like, fuck it, because I'd already went and talked on New Rockstars about it. But a lot of people keep telling me, they're like, yo, there's no way they're going to kill multiple Guardians. I said, shit. They may not kill. Okay, let me say this. They may not kill him.
I don't know if they do.
I think now Star-Lord and Gamora go off together to another planet. I think Drax for sure dies. Drax is getting murdered.
I'm gonna lose my shit if Star-Lord and Gamora. I mean, they're going to. So I'm gonna lose my shit.
And they're gonna just go off to, because
it's just fuck you. You don't get to find the love of your life twice when I'm out here miserable as shit. Like, oh, she just happened. This one just happens to fall in love with you too. Fuck you.
I'm just saying. That's what's going to happen.
It makes me so mad. Life is not that pretty.
He can't bring her to Earth anymore. He can't bring Earth is not his home. He's from Earth. He finally lets go of Earth.
Yeah.
Earth is not his home anymore. Gamora doesn't have a home, really. Or
No,
they
but
could
it's
go.
the fact that he's ending up with Gamora again. Like you get to fall in love with the same person twice. Fuck you. No, sometimes things don't work out.
Sir.
I'm petty.
Jennifer Lopez is remarried to Ben Affleck.
Well, that's different. That's
No, it's technically not. It's technically not.
that's Benifer. Like that's end game for everyone. Like everyone's happy with that. Do you see how miserable he is?
He is an old man. He has to keep up with his young feeling wife who wants to probably fuck all the time.
Which is great for him, but at the same time,
It's
probably hurting his back.
So, I mean, but I think Guardians, look, I'm excited for it. I want to see the high evolutionary come from Earth and find, eventually get his way into space. I feel like that little place with the scientists we see, that's the body of a celestial. Now, is it the body of the head of Nowhere? Possibly.
Ooh.
Because we just know Nowhere is the head, the hollowed out head of a celestial, which by the fucking way lets you know there's another threat. People keep forgetting the Eternals introduced the Celestials for a reason on a full scale. And when you saw how massive these motherfuckers was, it makes you have to think again. If they are that big, what took the head off one? And it's only one thing out there that can take the head off one with no problem. His name is Galactus.
Yep.
His name is Galactus. So we set up all these things. So I think that's the case. So your thoughts, and then we'll move on to DC.
I liked it. It's a good trailer. I'm excited for it. I wasn't a huge fan of Volume 2. So I think this one, I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait to see it. I know I'm going to like it. And let's get to it. I'm not like over the moon about the trailers and everything.
I feel the same way. I like what we got as far as I feel the same way. I like the culmination of the story, right? Volume 2 for me, and I think a lot of other people had way too much exposition that it could have had in Volume 1. I understand we need to explore more about family dynamics and relationships because that's what we did with Gamora and Nebula and then Peter and his daddy. And now we find out, because there's a reason now that we found out in the holiday special that Mantis is his half sister.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, right? Everything happened in the MCU, especially with James fucking Gunn. People can dislike him having DC. He does things. He doesn't do anything to just leave it there. Yeah. He brings it back, right? So that's that. Let's go to DC. We got the first full trailer for The Flash. Sir.
I'm Batman. That I lost it. And originally I was only going to watch the Super Bowl spot. But when I went to see Ant-Man, they played the full one. So I got to see the whole thing. And man, this looks so damn good. And I cannot wait to see the story they tell us.
I've told y'all for weeks on this very show, weeks, the movie is good.
Yeah.
And now y'all saw the trailer. And fuck the fact of just Keaton saying, I'm Batman. Yes, we heard the Burton theme. But when you looked at it, you were like, oh shit. And then you realize they brought Michael Shannon back as Zod. So you see, so you saw it. You hate that Ezra Miller's in it, but you're like, fuck. Okay, that other Barry's the Reverse Flash. It's gotta be, right?
Oh.
It's like the other Barry, but you see all this shit happening. You hear the voiceover, yo, you can fuck. Why do you want to just save this timeline? All this other shit. Looks good. And I hate it.
Yeah.
So that brings up what I found some news. So.
Oh God, please don't let this be Ezra Miller shit.
There is somebody there's a rumor via the direct that this movie is going to introduce a new Barry Allen.
Okay. Yeah, I know where you're going.
It's rumored to be Grant.
It is Interesting timing. I don't think so.
Here's why I think it could be. I think it might.
It could. There's a
This is,
possibility.
I think it might. Yeah, everybody thinks. Okay, first of all, you tell me your reason why you don't think it is.
He's wrapping up the Flash, and yeah, everything makes sense. Time-wise, Flash will end like 2 weeks before this comes out or something. So
Mhm.
timeline, this makes great sense. But I just see if I'm James Gunn, I don't want to take something that's already been used. I want to start anew with this. If I'm gonna change one actor, I'm gonna completely change it and get somebody completely brand new. But I'm not gonna say it's not possible. It is in the realm of things that could happen,
Mhm.
but I just don't see it happening.
Let me tell you this.
Tell me, Jay.
The reason the Flash is ending is not just because the CW all this. This was an ending. This was a decision that ended before the whole new owner of CW and everything and all that. I said this on the show numerous times. You cannot have a show keep going when the leads don't like each other.
Who don't?
Barry
Who
and
don't?
Iris. Barry and
Yo,
Iris.
are we gonna talk about the show
Go
later?
ahead.
Or
I
no,
mean, we talk about it. Let's do it now.
okay. I just caught up on last season. I'm up to date now. I was like, did she not want to be on the show? Because she just disappeared for most of last season.
Mhm.
And normally you'd be like, if she's not there, they're making a big deal. Like Barry's freaking out. But now they were just like, she's lost. She'll show back up. I was like, why does no one care that they don't know where she is? And so I was like, was this a story decision that she just didn't want to be there anymore?
Look, until recently, from the moment Candace Patton, who plays Iris West Allen, from the moment Candace Patton was cast as Iris, she's been a victim of all of the hateful trolls consistently on the internet. How dare we don't want to see Iris be no black chick. Why is it a black? You got to make her ugly. All this race and even they made a nigger a fucking Iris with all this shit. She dealt with all this consistently. And I hate when people will say, well, that's the price you pay to be a celebrity. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So she dealt with that. And it was not until after everything went down with George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movements that Grant finally said something. Because if you notice, Grant had never defended her.
Yeah.
Never. So when you finally do it, it's too little, too late. That's number one. Number two, he is tired of doing the Flash series. Why? Because it requires you to live 6 months in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You don't look, you're grateful to work. After a while, you don't want to live in a place that's not home. People who are from Vancouver don't mind it. People who live in Los Angeles, like, I don't fucking want to have to keep being here. Him being the movie Flash opens up his schedule immensely. He wants to do other shit as well.
Yeah.
He cannot do other things if he is still Barry Allen. Again, 6 months of the year, I'm relegated to this.
Yeah.
In Vancouver, and that's just 6 months shooting. That's not preps, always being in for fittings, for new costumes, all this shit.
Yeah.
So is it possible? Yes. I hear what you're saying, but there is, like, he has proven he knows the character. He knows the character. He knows the Barry Allen we want. I know so many people want Barry to go and just give us Wally West. I know that for a fact. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like Barry and just want Wally. But if you're going to do it, make it him. And of course, the conversation of who should be Barry Allen. There's always conversations of who should be this person, who should be that person. And I am now of the mindset of, you really can't say, because when these studios make the casting decision, 8 times out of 10, we're going to be like, I don't know, until we see whatever they're in. And we'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Because Aman Vellani is Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is Spider-Man. For what we know now, Jason Momoa is Aquaman.
Yeah.
He changed everyone's perception of Arthur Curry.
Yeah.
So,
but if I think of the Flash, I still don't see a definitive, oh, that's the Flash. If I see Grant Gustin somewhere, I'm like, oh, that's Grant Gustin. I'm not, that's the Flash. Because I just don't feel like there's been a definitive Flash. But speaking on that show, I got to tell you something, bro. I got a new crush. I'm in love.
Allegra.
No. Danielle Nicolette.
Oh, who plays? Yeah.
She is so beautiful. I am in love, bro.
I am so mad. A lot of y'all just got hip to Danielle.
I know.
Through the show.
I started looking at what she's been in. I'm like, how have I not been in love with her?
I know I'm a bit late on her, but my introduction through her was the very first episode of Key and Peele.
Oh,
she was all the way through Key and Peele. She was constantly in sketches on Key and Peele.
I didn't know she was in Family Matters. A couple episodes.
But like she was way younger, so you probably wouldn't have remembered.
Well, yeah, but like she has a hell of a history.
Yeah, a hell of a resume.
Mac Show, Moesha, Stargate. Like she's popped up everywhere, and I'm in love. I just want that to be known.
As you should be. She's an amazing actor. And she's changed Cecile and gave Cecile purpose. We all sat around for a minute and be like, what's the point of this? Blah, 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 blah. But Danielle Nicolette is amazing.
Yeah.
Look, but we'll see. Now, back with some more DC news.
Yeah.
Remember at the very last day of January, we got the final DC. We finally got the DC slate, Gods and Monsters, right? So they recently revealed 8 characters that they're hoping to see, and Gunn confirms his plans for at least half of these characters. Here are the characters that were listed: Arsenal, Roy Harper; Superman, John Kent; Vixen, Mari McCabe; Tara McCove; Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner; Nightwing, Dick Grayson; Static, Virgil Hawkins; and Batgirl, Cassandra Cain. All of them aren't for sure. He said half of them are guaranteed. I could say Jonathan Kent's not happening.
No.
Right? Because we're not doing that. So it's Clark.
Did you say Batgirl Cassandra Cain?
Yes, I did.
I'm right for being confused right now, right?
No, that's why everybody was confused in Birds of Prey. Because Cassandra Cain becomes Batgirl at one point.
I thought Cassandra Cain was Batwoman.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. She's Batwoman. I keep forgetting there's a difference between the two. You're right. But he says within the next 6 months, we can start getting major casting announcements, right?
Okay.
I guarantee you, Static is in that list.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I've been waiting for
everybody, because Michael B. Jordan's company is set to do it. Here's the thing behind it. Creed has had mixed reviews with critics. I will go that same way I went with Ant-Man and the Wasp, with critics. If people, the paying fans, go out and say they love Creed 3, there's no doubt they are fast-tracking and greenlighting Static. Also, it means he will take over for Ryan Coogler as the Black Panther director.
Oh, I would like that.
Because he knows it.
Yeah.
It was like why he took over direct. Like, granted, yes, it's the two things to like try to direct and be the star at the same time. But it was why he was able to take over Creed because he understands Adonis' story.
Yeah.
We may get all this more than likely at San Diego Comic-Con. But like I said, when they asked, Bleeding Cool asked us about the 8 different stars, and James Gunn said, "Would 4 of 8 do?" People have been wanting a Nightwing movie for so long.
Bruh, I'm dying for it.
Here's why Nightwing is possible. Because you're getting the Brave and the Bold. You got Brave and the Bold. And that is Damian Wayne. And you don't get to Damian until you get through the other fucking Robins.
Exactly. Like, that's what I say when we talk about it. I say, yo, if we got Damian, that means we already have a Dick Grayson out there somewhere. What's his name is probably already in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Top. So I'm all in on this. I would love to see more Static. I would love to see some Nightwing. Vixen's interesting. Batgirl, Batwoman, yeah. But you said Roy Harper Arsenal. That was one of my favorite things about Arrow while he was there.
Yeah.
I like Arsenal.
Colton Haynes was good as Arsenal. I got to give him a lot of credit for it. So that's all the news for week. The reason I'm going to stop there because we got a lot of fucking emails. All right.
Oh, we do?
Hell yeah. I got to give you the password to the fucking email. Matter of fact, I got to try to remember the password to the email. That's madtitanpodcast@gmail.com. Okay. So Jolene gave me a lot in 2 different emails, and I'm going to cut some of it out. We've already discussed it. She said, hey, JNBC, I'm catching up listening to episode 18 and enjoying the theory of a future Sam Raimi Toby Spider-Man 4 to set up Miles Morales. But I wonder what you feel about this idea. Instead of setting up Miles and killing Peter off, which, look, I'm morally opposed to the idea, but that's just also the plot element from Into the Spider-Verse. Let's do something different. How about we go back to old man Toby Peter and he and MJ have a teenage daughter who is the new sensational Spider-Girl. Give Mayday Parker her day back. Thoughts?
I can see that. I don't hate that idea. I think that could really work too. That would be, I didn't even think about that, but that'd be an interesting take as well. I would like to see that a little.
Okay, so here's another email. She put a lot in this fucking email because she was listening to the episode and asking questions, but a lot of it I didn't, and she knows I didn't keep. So cool. She said Galactus thoughts. Yes, he is an Avengers level threat, but that's the point of it being a Fantastic Four threat. The Fantastic Four by themselves regularly handle beings that the Avengers would struggle with. I hope they continue like this. Reed alone can stop his Galactus, whereas Thor and Hulk can't do shit against him, which is true. If you recall back in the 90s, they did this thing where all the supervillains switched heroes they were targeting, and like no one can handle the Fantastic Four because they regularly defeat cosmic threats, so it's like no sweat. Now, go ahead.
This is gonna give me hate. I'm not a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. They're kind of take it or leave it for me. If they're there, awesome. If not, I don't really care. And I know they are very powerful, but I don't give a shit.
I think we'll be getting that announcement of who they are soon. And I know some people who don't care about the first family, Marvel's first family, what they are. I know some people who don't care. So we'll see how that goes. All right. This is another one I saw. With James Gunn's announced lineup of stuff, does it seem like a new 52 situation to you? In that some things continually will remain the same while other things are just rebooted whole cloth? Yes, it does.
Absolutely. James Gunn is basically going, hey, I'm going to make the new 52 DC universe.
She went to I'm gonna give her these 2 things about Supergirl and the Authority, and I'm gonna go to the next email. Supergirl. I'm happy for people excited like this, but it sounds like it should be a Power Girl story, and quote unquote super people should be more hopeful, in my opinion. Also, I generally hate Tom King's writing, so LOL. Then she said, Authority is going to be interesting because their thing is being a dark, gritty parody of the Justice League, like The Boys in the Ultimate Universe and so many others. But it seems that we don't know if there's even a Justice League yet. I think we're staying away from that for a while.
Yeah.
If James is smart, we're staying away from that for a while. I don't think there's no reason to do that one. So let's go to another email. Daniel Lamb, Flash. He said, with the Flash movie trailer finally out, it looks to be a good movie. Do you think it was released because of Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, and now Michael Shannon being attached to it? Was there any big names attached to Batgirl that caused his demise beside the obvious BS reasons? Also, is it bad that I'm more excited for Fast X than I am for the Flash? Beside Ezra Miller needing me tossed into the Phantom Zone, I find their actions have tainted the movie experience. Combined with just fandom spreading bad rumors from the web and toxicity in general, I'm finding it hard to enjoy these films again. Loved all the content, and when is BC going to be doing more than just quote unquote just chilling on the couch? That is actually no. I think this movie is. That is a fair question. I think this movie is DC's No Way Home. I think it's their No Way, and of course, this movie was probably these movies were in development roughly the same time. I think this is their No Way Home because we got these multiple Batman. I don't think it was released because of the names attached. We already know it was released because of how much they spent on it. We know it was released because of $200 million, right? And probably more than that. From what I'm hearing, it's actually more than it's close to $500 million spent on this movie. So they're trying to get that back. So I see that. Were there big names attached to Batgirl? Brendan Fraser.
Well, he said big names that caused it to be.
Oh
canceled.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
No, there was just they didn't think it was worthwhile.
However, did you see the interview where Brendan Fraser was like, "No, I thought it was actually a pretty good movie."
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, he said
which
it a
is
lot.
very interesting, coming from Brendan Fraser, who was also like, seemed a little salty, but he wanted to be professional and not talk about the negative aspect.
Because him in one part of the DC universe is ending. He's not in Doom Patrol is ending.
Yeah.
This is it. So let's go to, again, a lot of questions about The Flash this week. This is from Fred Castillo. Says The Flash, quote unquote, reassignment. Hey, Mr. J and BC, I thank both of you for the work you put in to keep us informed on the Marvel and DC universe. And I can already tell 2023 is going to be crazy. I saw the Flash trailer during the Super Bowl weekend, and I came to this conclusion. Based on the trailer, it's going to be a mess of a mess. I got major BVS, Justice League vibes with how disjointed the trailer felt and how many reveals they made. When they show me Affleck, Keaton, and Kara and the World Engine and General Zod, I feel like they're trying too hard to get me excited for who's in this movie and not about the story. This looks like the typical WB trailer that shows too much and leaving me with nothing to discover. That being said, I'll be at the theater for sure to see this one, no doubt. Thanks for reading my email and I'll be listening. Fred C. This is the thing I loved about the trailer, and we said this on Break Room with New Rock Stars. Andy Muschietti did something that very few directors will actually do. He kept the styles of the movies these characters came from. He gave us the Snyder vibe from when he shows the Man of Steel scenes, when he has Zod and when he has Affleck. He gives us the Tim Burton 89 Batman vibe when he has Keaton. So you have to do somebody burning up and around your building.
You know what? There's always something going on out here. Like,
so yeah,
I live right by the fire department. So
that sucks. So yeah, so that was my thoughts on that.
I liked it. I think it's going to be a good wrap up to the Snyderverse, and for like real fans that aren't like pissy little bitches, they're going to be able to watch this and get some closure. Now, the pissy bitches are still going to be pissy bitches, but I think a lot of people who just enjoyed the Snyderverse are going to see this and be like, that was good closure. It was a good homage to that. I liked it. I think it's going to be very entertaining.
I do too. I think it's going to be an entertaining movie. Just got to get past it.
And there's so many memes and stuff online where everyone's like, what do I like about The Flash? Michael Keaton. Yeah. Ezra Miller, boo. Sasha Cali, yeah. Ezra Miller, boo. But I'm also loving that it's like, yo, we get it. We get Ezra's a piece of shit, but there's so many other people in this film.
And because I had somebody comment on my review and said that people are trying to look past their, Ezra's discrepancies for the sake of the film. No, I'm not. You will never hear me once bring up Ezra Miller without bringing up the fact that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I will never not do it. I think them revealing what they revealed, yes, to get you hyped for it. Also, here's the only issue I have with that statement about revealing so much. This movie was supposed to come out almost 3 years ago.
They have to get you hyped.
They have to. We got to the point where we just didn't give a fuck about the movie no more.
Yeah.
We got to the point where we're like, yo, if it comes out, it comes out. If it don't, it don't.
And this pulled in people like my mom. My mom wants me to take her to see it. She hasn't seen a single DC movie since Batman and Robin.
And that says a lot.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes. So yeah.
Yes.
So I think the fact that, you know, this has been 3 years, they got to do everything they can to bring you back to this. Yeah, without giving you the exact yeah, we know it's Flashpoint. So we know, I mean, people keep saying, telling the plot. We know what the plot is. Anybody that's ever watched the Flashpoint Paradox animated series, everybody that's ever watched the Flash TV show, or have people talk about it, we know what the plot is. The plot is Barry wants to go back in time and stop his mama from getting killed. That's it.
Saving mama.
That's the plot. There's no secret behind that. We know that he realizes he can run through time. There's no secret behind that. What the plot becomes is how do they change how shit is affected by him doing that? That's what we don't know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We don't know that part, but we know what the story is. We know exactly what the story is. But let me get to the last email I got. Okay. This one is from Joshua Alicia. It says Ant-Man and Kang. Hey, Jay, hope all is well. Me and the wife just got out of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and I had a few thoughts. Number one, Jonathan Majors is awesome. Number two, after watching it, I agree with your take. Kang should have killed Lane. At minimum, he should have killed Hope. If this variant dies in the process, so be it. But you're 100% right. What better way to establish Kang as the next big bad than to have help him kill the hero in the movie he shows up in? Number three, I know contracts are what they are, but as for many leaps and bounds Marvel has made in their villain roles, I think they still have a problem. You need to let your heroes take some L's. If they always win in the end, there are no stakes. If Kang kills Scott, the uninitiated audience really has no sense of who's safe. 4, Cassie Lang. All right, I'm going to say it. If we're really pushing the Young Avengers initiative, I'm going to have to tap out for it. Plucking wit is all good, but having an entire team of it, hard pass. Hope this email finds you in prosperous mindset and limitless opportunity. All the best, Joshua Alicia. I appreciate that. I do again. Yeah, so here's the thing I do agree with and I slightly disagree with, and I want your thoughts on it. When people say the Marvel has a villain problem, and it's because Marvel has their villains get killed off. But I think it's because we're going this quote unquote, if it existed in the real world.
Yeah.
Because if all these motherfuckers were still around, the world would be in chaos.
Yeah. You kind of have to take them out, and I don't know. It's hard to do, but I think there's a way to do it. Like an end game, Infinity War is a hard thing to do, but I point to Infinity War how Thanos won. You know,
do me a favor.
But at the same time,
do me a favor. Say that statement again.
Because Thanos won.
Oh, say it again.
And then he lost, really, right? Returned around and lost. So,
and man, I was rubbing my nipples counterclockwise when he said Thanos.
He was. It was
like
frightening. But I again, that's why I kind of wanted to see Scott and Hope be stuck there, because then it goes to exactly what he said. I don't have to beat you. I just have to make sure that we both don't win.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But in this way, Ant-Man won. He got home. Everything's fine. I wish we would have had some stakes.
I mean, again, the stake for me was, if he gets out, this shit is terrible.
Yeah.
And like, when you see what Janet saw in his mind.
Yeah.
Look, Kang won for me because he was evil and menacing the whole time, but stayed calm talking to you.
Yeah, that was
He was menacing. Do you understand the level you have to be just, I will kill every single one of y'all. And I don't think you understand. I give no fuck.
No fucks.
Dude told Janet, bitch, finish helping me. I'm going to kill all these other planets, but you good. You safe. You helped me. You safe. What? Told Scott,
You could have gone home.
You could have gone home. You could have just gone to fuck home. You know, like I gave you the opportunity to go to fuck home. Hit him with the whole, I need you to steal something from me. If you do, I'm gonna let your daughter live. And he says, don't you touch her. And Kang looks at Cassie, looks at Scott and says, she'll be fine without you? What? Remember the whole, have I killed you before?
She'll be fine without
you. She'll be fine without you? Nah, bro. And it started damn near using the Force to break this little bitch off. They established how dominating Kang is in one Kang. And then, yes, the story is they got rid of me. They exiled me. They didn't want me. But you have to ask yourself, is it true that he was that off the hinges? Or is he just the unreliable narrator?
Which, again, goes to Ant-Man, and he goes, oh, wait. He said if he doesn't come, worse things. Did I just doom everyone?
And remember, where did we hear that same line before? Basically,
Loki
season 1.
Yeah.
If you think I'm bad, wait till you see my variants.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. Someone has to lose. I don't know who it's going to be, but someone's got to lose here soon.
As far as the Young Avengers, yes, give it to me as a team, but I don't think it's going to be something we're going to run with fully, as in these are our
solo
new heroes.
Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We'll
get Young Avenger movies, and they'll be together.
Also, we're not, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all, they've said they are condensing all the shows we were getting, all that, this and third. They're not doing all that no more. Iger was like, fuck no.
We dropping back to quality
over quantity. And I got
I understand the disappointments in Ant-Man. There have been a lot of disappointments in Phase 4. I get it, but I think you got to put everything. It was Chapek, it was Corona, it was a hectic time. And I don't think any of these were terrible, except maybe Thor. But I am excited to see them go, okay, we've slowed down a little. Let's take a step back and make sure we're making top tier quality products.
Yeah. So again, we got to see what, again, I said it again, and I did it one more time. We just got to wait and see what they're going to do. We know what they've given us to 6. We know what they've given us. All right. So with that wraps up this episode. Thank you to everybody that's listening. As always, if you're listening on the podcast feed, leave a comment. All right. You're listening on YouTube, go ahead and keep discussion. Rate us. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. All that shit. BC, tell people how to find you.
You can find me on all social medias at The Grind Calls. And the links of all my bios, you can go down to the merch and you can get this awesome Quantumania t-shirt.
Please do that, man. Support the man over there. Y'all already know why. To everybody, please forgive me for not saying your names today. I had to get some stuff done. Thank you to all of the producers who are members of my squad on my Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. You go on my Patreon, you go on my Discord. Look, I told some people the other day, there's some people who left my Patreon and were still in my Discord and I didn't realize it, and I kicked them out. Here's why. You're not going to use my Discord if you're not supporting me. Now, there are some people who I've left in there because I know what their situations are. And the ones I kick out, unfortunately, you're not just going to use my Patreon to promote your shit. No. What part of the game do you think that's cool? Yo, I'm not going to support him, but I'm going to use his Patreon to promote my shit. No, that's not how this works. If you were just in there having regular conversations and chilling with people, I wouldn't have an issue at all. I promise to God I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Please check that out. The Black Boy Content Club podcast, the BBC Club podcast, me, Moses Prim, Chris Burns. Check us out everywhere if you want to see the visual. We're over on Prim's Hood Cinema. We will holler at y'all next week Till then, thank y'all for listening. I'm out. Bye.